Sasquatch, a creature of legend. It's one of the most enduring mysteries in the world, captivating imaginations for centuries. Almost all cultures have some version of the myth, a towering figure lurking just out of sight. And when you look at the data, most Bigfoot sightings are clustered in one place, Washington State. Isolated deep within the dense forests of Mount Rainier, far from the beaten path, lies a place shrouded in secrecy. For years there have been whispers of strange occurrences, of something more ancient, something beyond our understanding. And tonight, I wanted to try and answer one question. What is Bigfoot? Really? Is it just a myth? Or could it be something far more terrifying? Something that's been here, longer than any of us. Hiding in the shadows, guarding secrets that were never meant to be found by mere mortals. This is the story of how I discovered something buried deep within Mount Rainier. A creature that might not just be legend, but a remnant of an ancient world. One that defies everything we think we know about nature and ourselves. I was starting with a blank slate. My knowledge of Bigfoot was limited, and my time in Washington has been brief. Unsure of where to begin, I decided to track down a cryptozoologist, particularly any one of them that lived in Washington, hoping that they could point me in the right direction. Some things I found out were Bigfoot sightings around Mount Rainier date back hundreds of years. Legend talks about these beings that we now call Sasquatch as guardians of the forest, spirits, or even shapeshifters. But it wasn't until after the eruption of Mount St. Helens in 1980 that we started seeing reports of migrations into the Mount Rainier area. Many believe that Sasquatch fled to Mount Rainier in the aftermath of the eruption, seeking refuge in the denser, untouched forests. The sightings in the area spiked in the years following the disaster, and ever since then, Mount Rainier has been a hotbed for alleged encounters, not only of Bigfoot, but also Batsquatch. Perhaps more on him later. Leave a comment if you're interested in that topic. But back to what I was going to talk about. At first, I thought this theory might explain everything. It made sense. A population of creatures, displaced from their home, now settling in this remote wilderness. But as I dug deeper, something didn't add up. Sightings of strange creatures around Mount Rainier go back far earlier than the 1980s. I began to wonder if Sasquatch hadn't just migrated here. Perhaps they had been here all along. In my research, I found stories from settlers in the late 1800s describing strange, large creatures living near the mountain. And then there were the Native American legends, tales of beings that lived on the mountain long before any European arrived. Could it be that Sasquatch has always been here, living in the shadows of this ancient volcano? The deeper I went, the more I began to realize that these weren't just stories about elusive cryptids. There was something darker, something older at play here. The patterns of sightings, the locations, they all pointed to the same conclusion. Mount Rainier wasn't just home to Sasquatch. It was something more. I came across an unsettling theory, a connection to the ancient myths of the Old Ones. These Old Ones were ancient entities, predating humanity, hiding beneath the surface of the world. What if Sasquatch wasn't just a creature of flesh and bone? What if it was a servant to something much older? What if they were guarding something deep within the mountain? Now I know this sounds far-fetched, but there are eerie coincidences. The geography of Mount Rainier, with its network of caves, its isolation. What if the Sasquatch are keeping us from discovering what really lies beneath? Could this mountain be a gateway, perhaps to something we were never meant to see? Whatever is out there, it doesn't want to be found. Maybe the real question isn't what is Sasquatch, but what is it protecting? For centuries, Sasquatch has been Washington's greatest mystery. But the truth might be even stranger than we imagined. The more I investigated, the more I'm convinced this creature isn't just a myth. It's something much older. And whatever it's hiding, it's better left undisturbed. What lurks beneath Mount Rainier? Maybe we'll never know. But one thing is clear. Some legends are more than just stories.